What's up, guys? We're back at the U.S. Open. This is day 3. The first squad of the day is finishing up. It's 52-foot pattern today. They're going to be a little more scoreable than they were day 2, but probably not as scoreable as day 1. So I'm going to need a huge block. I got a better game plan today. A bunch of reactive balls going down the lane. Yeah, it should be a good day for me. The biggest key for me today is stay a little more mentally positive, a little more focused on what I'm doing, and a little less focused on what's going on around me in terms of scoring pace or other people and what they're shooting, what they're doing. Kind of just focus on my game and what we're doing. So we got 8 games today to make a huge push towards the cut, and it needs to be huge.
Yes, sir.
They're pretty challenging today, just like they happen every day. But we're feeling better about how today's gone than the previous day.
Hey, at least you're plus now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm only a plus because I've made a million splits. Well, that wraps up my block at the U.S. Open. I went 20 or 30 over today, so I bowled way better today than I had the previous couple days. Proud of the fight, proud of the finish, and overall mentally, like I said, the goal was to go mentally a little better, but yeah, it just is what it is. So I'm going to watch the boys bowl the night block and hopefully get some of them in the cut.
After 18 games at the U.S. Open, we've cut to the top 24 players. The final day of qualifying featured a 52-foot oil pattern that played a little easier than yesterday's 37-foot flat pattern. The field average on day 2 was 200 on the nose, but it bumped up to 203 on day 3. The strike percentage also went up from 47% on day 2 to 49% on day 3. Andrew Anderson kept up the good bowling on day 3 and maintained his lead heading into match play. Andrew averaged 223 over 18 games on 3 very demanding patterns. Jacob Buttriff made a good run on day 3, jumping from 6th to 2nd place. Twice Jacob has dominated this event, only to fall short in the title match. Anthony Simonson had another good block on day 3 and currently sits in 3rd. He's looking for a chance at redemption after falling short in the title match in 2024. Former champion Chris Vi averaged 220 on day 3 and moved back up into 4th place. Jason Sterner was sitting in 25th and out of the cut in day 2. He had the 2nd best block of the day on day 3 and moved all the way into the top 5. Flamethrower Kevin McCune averaged 231 on day 3 to move from 31st to 6th place. Graham Falk continued his consistently excellent play on day 3 and is sitting in 7th. 18-year-old Landon Jordan, member of Junior Team USA, had the 5th highest block on day 3 and moved from 34th all the way into 8th. Jake Peters had another good day on day 3 and sits in 9th place. Chris Prather rounds out the top 10 heading into match play. Jason Belmonte was solid all week and sits in 12th place. PBA rookie and house guest Cameron Crowe mauled them on day 3 and moved from 47th all the way to 13th. After a shaky day 2, John Janowitz had an excellent day 3 and moved into 14th. Our friend Francois Lavoie popped off 268 to secure himself a spot in the cut. He's a 2-time US Open champion, including a 300 on TV, and currently sits in 16th place.
For a piece of history, young man. $10,000 bonus. You better believe it, he did it! A perfect 300 game for Francois Lavoie.
EJ Tackett had one of the most ridiculous blocks in PBA Tour history. He led the field on day 3, averaging 231, including a 5-game stretch where he shot 277, 221, 279, 253, and 258. EJ was in 78th after 2 days and looked like he was dead in the water. He climbed all the way to 22nd and made the cut, and look for him to make a big run in match play. The final player to make the cut was Nathan Bohr, averaging 209.25. Defending champion Kyle Troop was the first man out of the cut line, missing by just 2 pins. The first 12 players who missed the cut all cashed, making $1,600 apiece. It took an average of 207.54 over 18 games to make the top 36. The top 24 head into 24 games of round-robin match play starting on Friday, and they're on another new oil pattern. This oil pattern is 41 feet, but it's one of the wildest oil patterns I've ever seen on tour. It'll be very interesting to see how the guys attack this in match play. Here's how match play works. There are 3 8-game rounds of match play. Every competitor bowls every other competitor 1 time in the first 23 games. The 24th game is position round. In position round, first place matches up against second place, third matches up against fourth, and so on. If you win a match against your opponent, you get 30 bonus pins. So if you shoot 220 and win your match, you get to add 250 pins to your total. If players tie during a match, they each get 15 bonus pins. Those bonus pins are extremely important, and we've seen guys make huge runs in match play, going all the way from 24th place to making the telecast. After 24 games of match play, the top 9 advance to the stepladder finals. There's gonna be a stepladder finals on Saturday evening featuring the 5th through 9 seeds. The winner of that stepladder will go on to another stepladder on Sunday featuring seeds 1 through 4. Congrats to all the players in the top 24. Packy, Kevin, and the boys are going back to the bowl to cheer on Chris Vi, and they're doing some other practice in preparation for next week's event. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage this week.